of saying that I'm equal to you today. Now you say I came here as a slave, so what you Christians do? You said it was okay, and you said I was your property, 3/5 of man, that's what you thought of me. Then you said we're not equal, separate drinks, separate eats, separate everything. Then you beat us, suck your dogs on us, then you worked us and then you murdered us. Black Panthers started working, y'all. They were protecting and serving us, making sure every black child's eating. Ain't no more black people getting beaten. Then you say, okay, now that's enough. These super predators gotta pay. Round them up, shoot them down, and don't you fail. The reward of being black is you go to jail. What does freedom mean to me? Freedom. In America it ain't free. Freedom. What does freedom mean to me? Freedom. In America it ain't free. Freedom. What does freedom mean to me? Freedom. In America it ain't free. All right. I hope you all can hear me. We're gonna go right into it. We are here today to talk about the contract for Black America. And like I said, without further ado, we're going to go right on into it. We've already gone through the representation, the lending, and the lending parts of it. We are now going to go into the judicial reform and constitutional amendment parts of it. Judicial reform and public policy reform. All right, let's see here. Recognize racism as a public health crisis that mandates a federal response. Ban all privately run prisons. Ban them. Just get rid of them. Fines to be established to be paid by companies that profited by the private prison system. Man, come on, y'all. Okay, prisoner labor is not allowed without consent. Prisoners must be compensated at the minimum wage, and hazardous pay must be provided for applicable jobs. Come on, man. Come on now. Declare the Ku Klux Klan a terrorist organization, period. Lynching is to become a federal hate crime with a recommended federal sentence of life. Free nonviolent offenders, free them, incarcerated for 10 years or longer, who have less than 5 verifiable write-ups. Write-ups can be challenged and given due process. I mean, this boy handling everything as far as I'm concerned. He's starting to hit some real issues. Dig this next issue, everybody. Free all prisoners that are in prison for marijuana possession. I mean, come on, you got states who've got the law. I mean, it's recreational. You can go in the store and buy it and walk down the street smoking. It's recreational. You still got people locked up for it. Listen, another one here. Eliminate laws establishing mandatory minimums. I mean, eliminate the 3 strike laws. First offense for an illegal drug use or possession to require government payment for entry into an approved drug rehabilitation program rather than imprisonment for first-time people. Now, we know that if you, like us, you go into jail.
But other folk can go to programs, first, second, and third offenses, and it's paid for by the state. But we don't get that. So, and then with the ones we got, you know what? I'm just reading here today. All right. Once a prisoner completes a sentence, his voting rights are automatically restored. Personal data. Most states publicly release bulk data about arrestees unchecked. Like the 1970 Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA, regarding credit data, which gives the rules on how creditors have to handle our credit, and notices and giving notice and bothering you and all these different things. The Fair Credit Reporting Act is about the credit agencies themselves and what they are and aren't allowed to put out there, how you can challenge it and get that stuff removed. But most of us don't know that. Now, there must be guidelines. So he's saying that the personal data that most states publicly release concerning arrestees, how you can just find out who's arrested, it's unchecked, he's saying. And he's saying, just like there is an FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act that was done in 1970, there must be guidelines that allow similar privacy and accuracy protections and the right to dispute and correct incorrect data. You get arrested tonight for possession of cocaine. That's what they said. They pull your name up. What really happened was, and then the charges got dismissed, they gone. But you still got this record here of you up here being arrested for cocaine. And what it was you was crushing up a pill to put in your like it's BC powder. I'm just trying to think of something. It's a BC powder though. But you got a cocaine charge. Now it's been dismissed. Now guess what? You gotta pay to get that disposition so that you can prove you ain't that to a job to get it. I know. Lord have mercy. Now, let's go to the next one. The Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice is reformed through stricter guidelines, so the DOJ oversight of police departments and other government institutions becomes more than just a rubber stamp. The DOJ can be sued for non-compliance so that standards do not vary depending on administration. Are we talking about the governmental administrators? I'm assuming here. We get to talk about this later. Currently, the black population is overrepresented in the military as 17% of soldiers are black. The percentage of black enlisted soldiers is even higher. To compensate for this disproportionate contribution to our national defense, 5% of the Defense Department budget will be allocated towards beautification, education, and youth programs in predominantly black neighborhoods. Such programs would build goodwill towards the country, resulting in greater patriotism, more successful recruitment efforts, and a generally more enthusiastic military population. Instead of talking that trash about military folks, he's trying to figure out ways to where we can benefit him. And look at this, to compensate for that disproportionate contribution that we've always given, 5% of the defense budget should be allocated towards our neighborhoods, education, and youth programs in our neighborhoods. Now, why not? Y'all give the United States giving money to the Jews? What they done to make us get America? But we paying them billions of dollars. Right? Justify it and say why we still broke. Now, I hope they don't turn me off just because I said the word Jew. But hey, que sera. But now, the EPA to inspect water supplies in all communities nationwide for lead and other forms of contaminants. And just so I get to say that because fixing polluted water systems to deliver clean water will take priority in any future infrastructure spending bill. What want the EPA to do the job? Technology action plan that provides for computers and broadband in poor communities. Work with the technology companies to set up high security 24-hour computer lab and learning centers in the heart of technology deserts. I like his wording on that. Okay, now that's number 3, the judicial reforms. We're going to go ahead right on into the next one, which is the, next is the constitutional amendment. Constitutional amendment codifying expansion of the 13th Amendment by the courts. Amendment will abolish slavery in any form, including as a punishment for crimes, as it is currently allowed by the 13th Amendment for prison inmates. Further, it would declare it unconstitutional for any government-run system, including justice, policing, education, health, and welfare, that does not provide services on an equal basis to all citizens and communities. If provided public services fail to meet minimum standards, they will be considered on their face unconstitutional unless proven special circumstances. Reverse the burden of proof to those in non-compliance instead of civil rights lawyers having to prove systems are racist. And while courts have expanded the interpretation of the 13th Amendment to provide some of these rights, this amendment will eliminate any uncertainty, because right now you are still a slave if you are convicted of a crime. And it is more prevalent when you notice who it is. Now, of course, y'all don't generalize. We're reading it for the surface, and we're taking it in the fact of a general sense of us in America. Now, ain't no sense of playing with it, since a lot of us were alive while the argument has still been, when it was boiling over. And it didn't get quelled with any satisfaction, and you know this. So now, next time we come together, we're going to be talking about 5 and 6. Let's say 5 and 6, depending on how long they are. I'll let you know. In the meantime, I want to thank you for coming in with me and going through the contract for Black America. If you'll notice that down at the bottom, you can join the fight for a better Black America by simply going in here, type it in, we read through it, then we're going to sign and agree. I have already actually signed it. So I just think this is a good thing that's going on right now. I hope you can get with me on that and feel what I'm saying on it all. And again, until we get back together again, all right?